Hello, and welcome to this talk by Crurated. We take pride in our collaboration with wine producers worldwide. With a particular focus on Burgundy, our guest today has been essential to our story. I'm Mattia Scarpazza, the content manager here at Crurated. Today, I'm joined by a man who needs little introduction, and we spent time with President Macron when in 2021 he won the Golden Vines Award for Best Rising Star. His wines come from vineyards in some of the most famous villages in the wine world, such as Posne-Romanée and Gevrey-Chambertin. A driving force for sustainable viticulture and modernism in Burgundy, today we welcome Charles Lachaux of Arnaud Lachaux. And we're here to talk about his negotiant project, Charles Lachaux.
Hello.
How are you today?
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. So the reason we're here today is because we have you sent an amazing letter about your negotiant project a few weeks ago, and we have a few questions from our clients, and I think it was very interesting to have a conversation together. I saw one of your videos, and I thought it was a great way to start because you describe your new project as a negotiant viticulture. I think it's very interesting. What do you mean by that? Why do you think your negotiant viticulture is something new?
It's different because normally negotiants, they don't practice viticulture. And here I've established a partnership. I'm writing some vineyards, and nowadays the negotiant is something hybrid because we apply my idea, my method of viticulture to most of the wine we produce under Charles Lachaux. So between 75 and 80% of the wines from what we're gonna release this year, 2023, are going below our farming approach. So I've developed in that letter everything that is about this approach. It's a new concept, and we just got a name for this concept last week. So I'm now in the process to register it because I needed a name that will compel all the ideas of what we do, how I farm, because it's more than just farming. It's also the élevage, everything. So it has become a new concept.
Oh, amazing! We wait to hear what is the official name.
Yes, I can feel it right now, but soon.
So one of the things that we had a few questions from our clients, and I think they were really good questions. And I think Marie asked about the Aligote because it was the first wine, and she wanted to know where is the vineyard and how do you find working with Aligote compared to like Chardonnay? How do they differ for you in the vineyard and maybe in the cellar? What do you think how do you treat them?
So this Aligote is a family vineyard, and it's based in the Vendée. It's very close to the domain. It's a few hundred meters from the domain, and it's an historic vineyard we've always had in the family. And for me nowadays, Aligote is interesting compared to Chardonnay because we have the global warming, and Aligote has been less used in Burgundy 40, 50 years ago when the people wanted to produce grapes which were richer, were fatter, and grapes which could get ripe faster and earlier. When Aligote, if you're not careful in viticulture, can produce big volumes and it can be tough to get ripe. Well, nowadays, when you have the kind of viticulture we apply and the global warming, you can pick Aligote pretty ripe and it doesn't get heavy and keeps a good acidity, which was not what the people were looking for anymore 40 years ago. But for me, works perfectly with our philosophy and with nowadays climate.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think Aligote is having a great revival at the moment in Burgundy. There's quite good following. It's fantastic. So I have a question about the new wines because you got some new releases from coming up, and I think it could tie well about the Cote Charlemagne because obviously it is one of the prime sites for Chardonnay and everything. What can you tell us about that site?
Yeah, the site is quite particular. I've been to see the vineyard before to purchase the grapes, and it's at the very top of Corton. It's in the very historical lieu-dit, Le Corton, which is one of the prime of Corton. And the hill of Corton is quite high. And this plot is at the very top, just below the forest, in a very old school part with a lot of rocky soil. So it makes a very dense and precise wine. And so I've started to produce it this year. And the thing is that with this first vintage as well, we are 100% in ceramic. From 2022 was the first vintage, and 23 that is now was in the barrel sale is going to be the second vintage. And yeah, I love it because it's a very historical Grand Cru.
Yeah.
It's large, it's huge. There's a lot of producers in Corton with all the different ladies of the Charlemagne and everywhere. So it's an interesting wine to compare. And it's one of the most historical Burgundy for me.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and I think it's a phenomenal site, and I always like the wine produced there. I think, a lot of the question we received was about this ceramic vessel that you use, and I think it was good to ask her now. But what was the idea behind? What inspired you to start using the cement? And how do you, in your views, how do you do you think affects the longevity of the wine or the style of the wine?
So first, it's not cement. It's ceramic. So it's sandstone with water. Compared to cement or concrete, there is no chemistry there, no chemic products. It's very old school, like the jars. And with everything that we do nowadays, with our approach of viticulture and winemaking, I really liked what the grapes were giving and how the wines were looking. And I didn't like anymore the idea and the taste of the barrel, because we do so much effort and then we put those wines into something that we don't know what it's going to give. Even if you like certain cooper or certain toast, you never know what it's going to give to your wine. It's inspired me by Japanese cooking. Try to work the best to present something that is really raw. And ceramic is neutral in terms of taste, in terms of structure, and in terms of conductivity. It doesn't take the electricity or anything. So it's really a vessel. I want them to transport the wine in the time of élevage without interaction onto it. That's really the purpose to me.
Okay, it's so interesting. So, I guess there's a question for me. I guess you were one of the only few in the Cote de Nuits doing this sort of approach. Are you moving also this approach to the Charles Lachaux side, or is it?
Yes. So there are some people experimenting. I think I'm the first one in Cote de Nuits doing 100% of his wines in ceramic. It's the case for the domain as well. Soon there is a small release of 2021. Part of the wines are in ceramic, but on the domain from 2022, it will be 100% ceramic. So now Negos and domain are 100% ceramic from 2022. They have the same vision, because on what I farm, I apply the same viticulture. And even on the grapes, I don't farm on Charles Lachaux, where I buy the grapes. I apply the exact same winemaking. So I want everything to be in this transparency with the ceramic. And to answer the previous question, for me, ceramic doesn't affect the aging potential. If the aging potential in Burgundy of the wine is made by the wood, we are in big trouble. It means that everything we talk about, our appellations and the work we do, is complete bullshit. So I really believe in it. The aging potential has to be from the wine, from its spine and from its balance. If the oak is giving the aging, we're fucked. And what was the oak used in history? It was to transport the wines, not to age them, not for the potential of aging. It was for transportation, because the jars, the ceramic were too fragile and nobody was bottling. And after later on, we found analogic purpose with the tannins, the structure, the oxygen it brings. So we used it as an analogic tool. And I want to leave all that and be on the rawness of the fruit and the wine and the appellation.
Yeah, so you focus a lot in the vineyard, and I think you try to inspire the flavor, bring it to the vineyard, to fruit. I think that's a question that Jose asked about what brought you to that organic viticulture, and what are you thinking about like the vine age? So what consideration you taking for when you take a new vineyard into the negotiant?
Organic is just the minimum for me nowadays, because organic is quite easy to apply, except this year, 2024 has been very challenging. We had a lot of disease and a lot of loss. And certification like organic or biodynamic are just about spraying what you spread. They don't consider the way you prune, the way you trim, if you work the soil or not, and all the rest. So for me, that's why this is a minimum. And it goes way further. Like all these things that I explained, but the no trimming, the no tilling of the soil, the goblet pruning to have shifts in the vineyard, it goes way beyond organic. And about age, if you start on old vines, it's good. It's never too late, if we can say. But the earlier you start with the young plants, the better it is. It's like you, if you have a healthy life and balance and practice sport, if you do it when you're 65, never too late. It will do you good in any case. But the earlier you start, the better.
Yeah, and are you taking all of this approach then, I guess, to all the vineyard and you work? I mean, the idea of your negotiant is to be what? And how do you consider, like, is anything you do for the new plots? What are the consideration and then when you find a new area? Is anything you look for, like, anything about?
I don't want to extend much more than this. I have 1 or 2 projects undergoing. Because it's very interesting plots, like small parcels that we can take care of in our particular way. So now I've hired 2 people that were from the domain before. We needed to do new things. They work on the negos to be able to take care of the vineyards. Because some vineyards, I still purchase the grapes from growers, but I go farm them because I want to have a certain quality of grapes. So I don't really consider the level of appellation. When you look at the Negos portfolio, it's mostly some Bourgogne villages. I believe in Burgundy, we are lucky enough with the potential of the terroirs. It's just a matter of how you work them. So I think I'm even more interested in less appellation because the challenge is stronger than when you produce Grand Crus. It's more interesting.
Yeah, and I think that ties well because you have a new cover. I mean, you have the new Montagne, the La Croix Blanches, which is different to the one before. What is
Montagne already had it. Here I just purchased the grapes, and Les Croix Blanches is because before I had La Croix Blanche from another producer, and they stopped selling the grapes to vinify them. And I found a new plot, which is nearby, is 300 meters. And the lieu-dit name changes from La Croix Blanche to Les Croix Blanches. But this one, I rent it, I farm it myself with my team. So it's going to produce way less grapes because the plot is smaller. And because we were under our farming practices, it reduces the crop. I target a small crop of 25 hectoliters per hectare. So that's why I have this one. And the same new one, the Pomar Auvignon, is a new plot we have taken from 2023 as well that we farm ourselves.
Okay, yeah. And then I mean, I guess you're working a lot with like small plots. What is the average production of like each cuvée? Like what has been in the last few years? And like, I mean,
they are smaller. Like the Les Croix Blanches is going to be 3 barrels or slightly more. The Pomar Auvignon is 1 to 2 barrels production. And after production, like Cote de Nuits, Les Montagnes or Les Charmottes is 6 barrels, 7. Valosière is 5 barrels. And after Nuit Argia is 2 barrels and Corton Charlemagne is between 2 and 3 barrels. So, and Aligote is 6 barrels as well. So it's, have some consistency with Valosière, Aligote, Cote de Nuits, Montagne and Charmotte. And the rest is about 2 barrels big.
Okay, this is tiny production, and
so I have a half who has an interesting volume, but which is still small but interesting, and half which is 600, 800 bottles, so which is really rare.
Yeah, that's incredible. So that's it's last a question is like from Luke, who was asking if you could find a plot of land anywhere to work, where would you like it to be? If like you like to,
It's not
where you
to
want?
find a plot anywhere. No, no. I have a project that I have started last year. Who's gonna give me grapes in 1 year on a or two, because it's some land, very particular. It's about the quality of soil,
If it,
the mother rock, the under soil, but as well as the energy when you're there and what is surrounding. I look for biodiversity and things to happen. I don't want to have a new land which is just lost in an ocean of vineyards. They need to be an extra something about it. It needs history or it needs energy. I need something special. It's hard to really explain parameters. It's like sometimes you discover a place and in holidays or for yourself, and you have a feeling you can't really put words on, and it's how we work at the domain and on the negos as well. It's very much based on our feelings and our sensations.
yeah, I can see the energy when you talk about some of the video that I was really interested. I like. I have one last question for me because, well, how do you find? Because I mean, I guess harvest. You probably have finished all the harvest, or you're in the middle of the harvest. How did you find 2024? If you like now, then everything is, or how do you find this vintage?
Challenging. We had crazy weather for 1 year with a lot of rain. So we had a lot of disease because the enemies of the vineyards are mushrooms, mostly mildew and oidium. So we lost almost everything. On the domain, we lost more than 90% of the production. And on the negos, I lost 75% of the production. So what remains will be interesting, but there is nothing remaining, pretty much. So
That's yeah, that's tough. I guess.
it happens. We work with nature, so
Yeah.
sometimes
Okay.
it's the way it goes.
Yeah, you can't control it. I mean, I just want to thank you for your time, and I just want to remind the last thing before we go that all your wines from the negotiant you can find in exclusivity on Crurated, and it's always a pleasure to talk with you and work with your wines. I really like them, and it's always fantastic. Thank you for your availability and your time.
Thank you very much, Hurricane. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.